It's time for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX, on your radio at AM 940 and online at WMIXsports.com. Rams Baseball is presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto, Good Samaritan Regional Health Center, Raising a Hospital, Raising the Bar, Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, and also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Sarah Staley, your country financial agent, Heartland Accounting, and by Central Christian Church. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Zerwinski in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Rams pregame show starts now.
Landers Pleasant Center's pregame show. Good morning. Chris Hugo and Danny Zerwinski alongside. Third place game in your Class 3A Baseball State Finals between the Rams of Mount Vernon and the Rams of Grayslake Central. So, get that out of the way right now. A Ram will be taking home the third place trophy today. Yeah, in the Public School State Championship in Class 3A. And there we go. Of course, Avery Barton back at our Mount Vernon studio. Glad to have you with us as the Rams continue to make history. 31-9-1 on the year. Grayslake Central comes in 26-14. The Rams lost to, I should say, eventual state champion, but was the favorite to win the state title. Joliet Catholic 4-0 yesterday, while Grayslake Central lost to Wheaton St. Francis by a score of 6-3. That sets up your championship later, and it also sets up this Public School State Championship. Grayslake Central, of course, is out of the Fox Valley Conference, the Fox Division, along with some other schools. We'll tell you more about that after a quick break on your Landers Pleasant Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes and now details them all. Give Landers a call next time you need them, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888 Landers. We'll take that break, come back. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. A good deal of sunshine today. Very nice with a high of 80. And then tonight, mostly clear, low 58 to 62. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Seasonably warm, but watch for a strong afternoon thunderstorm. A high temperature of 82. Now look for Monday, clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm around with a high temperature, again, 82. Next round weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
It's hard not to keep dreaming about all the fun that lies ahead in the summer months. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer at King City Chrysler, Mount Vernon. Maybe you need a new Chrysler Town & Country before you head on to a summer vacation. Or perhaps you should look at a new Dodge Grand Caravan before loading up the kids for that next excursion. Right now you can save $2,750 on your new minivan with $2,000 in customer cash plus an owner loyalty discount of $750. Or qualified buyers can choose 0% financing for 60 months. Your summer getaways and family adventures just became a lot easier with these amazing incentives on the Dodge Grand Caravan and Chrysler Town & Country. King City Chrysler has over 25 minivans in stock just for you. Browse our inventory online at kingcitychrysler.com or see one of our associates at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Face it, life can be very complicated. You need to simplify, streamline, and save time wherever you can. Life just got simpler at People's National Bank. Now get your monthly account statements online at peoplesnationalbank.com. If you're looking for a convenient, faster, and safer way to receive your monthly bank account statement, sign up for online statements available through People's Online Internet Banking. The next time you're online, go to peoplesnationalbank.com and simplify your life. You deserve it.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Your Landers Pleasant Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Ask about free details of life of your car next time you have collision repair done at Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Give them a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888 Landers. Good morning again from Joliet, Silver Cross Field, the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Online at kingcitychrysler.com. And don't forget about Quick Lane Express, Lube, fast oil changes, and more. That's, of course, there at King City Chrysler Center. Chris Hugo with Danny Zerwinski, Avery Barton back at our Mount Vernon studio. Rams wrapping up a quick round of infield, and obviously disappointment yesterday, but a tough team at Joliet Catholic to have to come up against. And formidable game, 4-0 was your final, but judging by how Joliet Catholic's played over the course of the season, of course, through the 3A playoffs, that's probably one of their closest games.
That's probably, like we talked off area, heading back to the hotel, that's probably their closest loss or win that Joliet Catholic's had in the postseason run. A team that went 8-8 in their conference. They struggled a little bit with some injuries as well, and they've talked all spring in the newspapers in the Chicagoland area. They felt like they were going to be playing June 8. They had no qualms, no worries, no nothing. They were going to be playing June 8 for a state title. They are. Good for them. But I don't know if anybody could, down south, can understand the gravity of that baseball team. Now today, after this appointment set in, we saw some of the players last night at the hotel and seemed to have a right perspective and attitude about it because, they understand the gravity of the situation. They had the slingshot in hand yesterday playing the Goliaths. So you come into the day, and you have to have that mindset of you're not playing for the biggest trophy, but you're playing for the opportunity to get a big trophy, and you're playing for the opportunity to go out on a win. And I think for this team, for the 9 seniors, for this season, as you wrap and bookend it up today, that's the way you want to go out. And both these teams are understanding that situation, saying, hey, this is our opportunity to go out and end 2013 on a bright note, win, and get a third-place trophy.
And, of course, for Grayslake Central, they come in with a mark of 26-14. Disappointment for themselves as well. They're the Fox Division. They finished third in 2009, losing to Joliet Catholic, oddly enough, in the semifinal, and beating LaSalle Peru to win third place. But they get here, they win their own sectional, and then play, I believe, at the North Central College Super Sectional to get here. And for Grayslake, it's been a tough task, of course, in their conference, in their division. Grayslake North, Crystal Lake Central, Woodstock North, Woodstock, Hampshire, and Johnsburg are in that conference. And then there's another division to that, the Valley Division, which is primarily 4A schools, Cary Grove, Crystal Lake South, Dundee Crown, Huntley, Algonquin Jacobs, McHenry, and Crystal Lake Prairie Ridge in the megalopolis of this Lake County.
Well, and that's one of those deals where the megalopolis springs up, and a lot of those schools are newer schools that have sprung up due to the population growth in that particular area. Some of the schools that you mentioned, Hampshire and Algonquin Jacobs, mostly known for their football prowess. In this case, Grayslake Central, of course, played Mount Vernon a couple years ago in football, trying to find a game, but that's basically those two schools, Hampshire, Algonquin, Jacobs, are football. But then here's, Grayslake Central, baseball. Their only trophies in state in school history are baseball. And in 09, they got third, as you mentioned, in the day. So 2 trophies, minus any other extracurricular activity departments we're missing that are not sports related. That's it. I mean, that tells you they're a school the size of them. They're getting their second trophy ever.
A lovely community there in Lake County is Grayslake, and just a wonderful town. Was able to take that in. Just a few years ago, Rams football traveled up there. We'll talk more about this Rams baseball run to the state finals here in just a moment. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Rams baseball, of course, brought to you by Community First Bank. We'll take a quick break and come back and talk more about this third-place game between the Rams, both of Grayslake Central and Mount Vernon. This is Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals.
Pekin Insurance.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank, asking why you bank with Community First Bank. Is it knowing your deposits are also vital to home loans in Jefferson County and our local economy? Is it having your choice of convenient locations and ATMs? Is it seeing a staff of friendly faces you recognize as your neighbors? These are all reasons enough to count, though you only need one, and we are honored you chose us. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
You've just got to see the new Chevy Sonic at Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. The Sonic gets an estimated 40 miles per gallon on the highway. The Sonic features a 5-star safety rating. It's very affordable. Right now, you can get a rebate up to $1,000. And with a full factory warranty backed by a service department that is second to none, why buy used? Get your Chevy Sonic today at Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXSports.com.
And we welcome you back to your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Chris Hugo, Danny Zerwinski alongside early today here at Silvercross Field in Joliet. The Rams will wrap up their season, of course, with either a third-place or fourth-place trophy. And what a season it's been. Game number 42, this is the maximum that you can play in the IHSA, and I believe in the National Federation of High Schools. But not many can say they played 42 games in the season.
No, 78 over the last 2 years. These juniors and seniors that have played quite extensively, they've gotten the most out of their careers. 78 games and 42 of them this year. That's something that, talk about putting the jersey on for the last time. Those guys have wore that jersey out the last 2 years. A lot of kids don't get to play that many games over 2 or 3 years.
Of course, we've been there for all those games as well, and this is game number 42. And you think about the 30-win plateau now at 31, but certainly like to get 32 wins if you're the Mount Vernon Rams and keep the losses in the single-digit column and get the biggest trophy you can.
Well, that's the whole deal. I mean, you want to win to get third place. You'll get your 32nd win. You'll push that record of wins up probably enough that it's going to take the right team, the right players, the right weather, the right circumstances to test that again. In the last 2 springs, even though this one's been a pretty wet one, Mount Vernon, with their facility at Brendan Klein Field, has been able to get a lot of games in. And this group has really set the bar pretty high for the teams that are going to come along, because you can always refer to this group as the measuring stick for the program because they've achieved the most at Mount Vernon High School.
Well, and they have. And I know that there were teams that a few years ago, you think about teams like the 2010 Rams that played in the sectional title game and lost to Triad 7-2, but you think about guys like Blake Deaton and Pierce Bora and Wes Mason and Brian Seib and Jim Mulvaney and, of course, Stevie Beckham, among others, Zach Jones, of course, not trying to shortchange anybody, but guys that were probably expected maybe to make that run. And I think it helped that we talked about this yesterday. The Mount Vernon Rams in 2013, maybe not quite that much pressure, and just carefree, crazy baseball. And as a team, we're able to make that run up here. And it's certainly something to behold and be proud of if you're Rams baseball 2013.
It's something you latch on to. I mean, and again, the day, you won't register. I mean, it's kind of like the whole postseason run, kind of like, okay, yeah, we won. Okay, yeah, I'm Mount Vernon won again. I'm Mount Vernon won again. Or getting, it'll take a few days, weeks, months, maybe some years. It'll set in, and again, the day's more bittersweet than anything because, these guys are going to put on this jersey, the seniors, for the last time. And then after the game's over, and they take that jersey off, it'll hit them. Some of them have already mentioned it in social media on Twitter today about how bittersweet it is today. It's been a great run, 4 years wearing that jersey, and now these guys are going to come out here and they put that Mount Vernon jersey on, as Tim Holloway said on the Saturday Sports Show. Some of these guys, it's the last time they're going to play together because a lot of them aren't going to play baseball in the summer. Some of them are going to go do other things. They're not playing baseball past the high school level. Some are going to golf. Some are not even doing anything. And that's the whole part of it is you reach that point and you don't put that jersey back on again. And now, after today, it's your last playing catch in the outfield, your last run infield, your last at-bats with your buddies, your last bus trip. And then it's over, and then it's all memories after that.
Well, some great memories indeed. And some of these kids will be going on to future things. Tyler Ellis and Landon Thomas will play baseball at Grayslake College. Sawyer Harrison hoping to play baseball at Illinois College. Of course, Colin Young will go to Lindenwood Belleville to become a member of the Lynx. Speaking of a different type of Lynx, Trevor Floda and Matthew Williams will both play college golf. Trevor will go to University of Illinois Springfield, while Matthew Williams will go to Grayslake College. And I don't know what Colt Vetter's plans are, but if he doesn't catch on somewhere to play baseball, I will be very disappointed for that young man if he wants to, because he is such a great first baseman.
I mean, there's such good kids that, if they're not playing baseball or they're not playing a sport, that they're going to be successful in anything they do. You look at Jake Pike. He'll be back next year with Brock Fulkerson and Zach Gines, and a couple other. I mean, all those guys are going to be back. And, with the group that's coming up, and these seniors will go on. I mean, these seniors, what was it, 3 weeks ago, were graduating high school on a Saturday night. 3 weeks later, they still are wearing the Mount Vernon jersey and have an opportunity to play as a Mount Vernon Ram. That's something that doesn't happen very often.
Does not happen often, as you said, and just something to take in. And, of course, it sets the bar now for Rams baseball in the future. So if you're an underclassman that makes the trip, maybe you're listening or maybe you're the parent, this is certainly something to take consideration and continue to make that the goal year in and year out, because you don't know what's going to happen. And, of course, it's a matchup game. And, of course, it depends on pitching, depends on how hops go, it depends on how you're hitting, it depends on rhythm, and it's just so many things. It's just baseball.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what makes it incredible.
And mention some of the names. There's Gines, Weber, Morgan, Fulkerson, Pike. 5 returning players next year for the Rams. Plus with that, that's a pretty good core to bring back. But, boy, you do lose all experience. Boy, it's been a fun ride. to be around this team all year. I mean, we've been around this team since March and kind of grown into them. They've grown into us, and it's kind of like the meshing group where you just never know what they're going to do, say, or otherwise. It's not anything bad or anything. It's just they are a fun group to be around.
A great group to be around, indeed. And, of course, we need to take one final break on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. National Anthem, I'm told, will come before the championship game. We'll come back, get you started with your Central Christian Church batting orders for the visitors on the scoreboard today, the Mount Vernon Rams. We'll come back. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hey, Mike Shannon here, and I know what it means to wear the Cardinal uniform.
Mike Shannon has just tied this ball game up with a tremendous home run.
Yeah, no doubt that was a thrill when I played. Now I get to describe other hometown stars making history. Oh, yeah! David Freese has just sent us into game number 7. There's nothing like it. The thrill of the Cardinals on the radio. Listen right here for Cardinals baseball all season. The Cards on the radio.
It's Cardinal baseball on 50,000 watts of today's hot country. 94.1 WMIX.
PNB to Go mobile banking from People's National Bank is here. Sign up for PNB to Go mobile banking and get instant access to your account information with your mobile device. You can check your account balances, transfer funds, pay bills, review recent transactions, and much more. The best part of PNB to Go mobile banking, it's free. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Wireless carrier fees may apply.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Illinois develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back as we wrap up your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. The Mount Vernon Rams trying for third place against the Grayslake Central Rams. Good morning again. Chris Hugo with Danny Zerwinski alongside Landers Collision Center's fixes and details to them all. Now, offering free detailing from life of your car. Ask about how that works at Landers Collision Centers, of course, with your next collision repair. 1-888-LANDERS. We need to meet the Mount Vernon Rams batting order, courtesy of Central Christian.
And it is very similar to the ones in the last 6-7 games. Leading off in right field, it's like a repeater. Jake Pike is in right, leading off, followed by Landon Thomas in center. And Colin Young is the catcher. In the cleanup spot will be Colton Metter at first. Trevor Floda bats fifth at second base, and Matthew Williams is in the sixth spot at shortstop. Batting seventh and left is Clayton Reeves. Batting eighth at third, Sawyer Harrison, and batting ninth, designator Hayden Paninsky. Your starting pitcher for the day, senior Tyler Ellis for Tim Holloway's Mount Vernon Rams. Of course, the Rams come in 31-9-1 on the year. Jake Pike will get it started, followed by Landon Thomas and Colin Young in the Rams half of the first. Defensively, we'll meet the Grayslake Central Rams in just a moment. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Watch their webcast Friday night, Sunday services online at thenewscentral.com. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Tim Holloway's career mark, 192, 121, and 1 in his ninth year. That's, again, over 20 wins a season. Spike, the left fielder, gets it started. First pitch comes as ball one, low and away at about 9:02. So on time today, at least for this first game. Next one allegedly to come at 12:30. Pike will foul one off, left side. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Third place game. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Grayslake Central Rams. Rams are dressed in their black socks. Orange trim down the sides and orange trim around the shoulder. And, of course, orange numerics trimmed in white with Mount Vernon sprawled across the chest. As will be a 2-1 count to Pike as it misses outside. They're gray Nike pants for most. The solid black hat with an orange MP emblazoned on the front. The lefty fires Pelosa. And it misses low and away, 3-1. He is 8-0 on the year, a sub-1 ERA at .65, 84 strikeouts compared to 20 bases on balls. But he's a left-hander. That'll be key here. The 3-1 pitch coming, ground ball chopped. Could it see its way through? The second baseman, Hort, can't get to it.
And that's the leadoff single for Jake Pike.
And that's a great start. Left-hand hitter gets a hit off the left-hand pitcher. That'll instill some confidence in that first base dugout. Got to stay in, got to stay close. Left-hand pitcher on the mound. Don't try to pull him. You'll pound it in the ground. Up the middle and away is where you want to take this guy. He looks like he's got a chunk kind of throwing arm and left-handed.
Of course, the left field pitch. Middle of the rubber out of the stretch with a runner on first, nobody out, stop one. Glad to have you with us for Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. You're on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Income Planet Thomas, Joe Pond with both back. And that pitch will miss for ball one. So 1-0 count to Thomas. Jake Pike, of course, got aboard with his leadoff single. Here in the top of the first from Silvercross Field. We're in the WMIX Sports Football Studios, driven by King City Chrysler. Say more about them throughout the broadcast, as we will our presenting sponsor, Community First Bank. Lefty gets set, and I check over at the runner at first.
Grayslake Central had 2 bunt defenses on at once on the first month attempt by Thomas. Problem was they had guys going different directions. Looked like a fire drill, and they're still trying to get everybody on the same page on the bunt defense. And interesting that you see that Pelosa out of the windup was on the right side. Now he's back over there out of the stretch. Now he's on the right side of the rubber, too. Interesting that he goes on that side of the rubber to start with.
So the lefty Thomas will dig back in, back of the box with the runner on first. And they're going to check on Pike, and hey, why not? Might as well. Get the impression he doesn't work quite as quickly as Mr. Couch from Joliet Catholic.
Now this one might actually take more than an hour and 7 minutes.
See what happens. So standing back in is Thomas. He'll take a strike on the outside corner, and now it's 1-1.
Cat and mouse here. I don't know if Landon will be bunting. I don't think he will be. But
I suppose we'll find out.
Maybe a hit and run, something along that nature, I would suspect. That Pike is being checked.
I have a plan. Let's just check in the runner at first.
Well, he's got a decent lead. He's got a good lead. He's got a good read on him over there so far. So, I mean, Jake's out there almost. That's a stealing lead there.
Now Pelosa will fire one in, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner. Behind the count here is Landon Thomas, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind seeing him take off here. Because you got a catcher that's got to throw around the left-hand hitter.
Let's see what we'll get. Yep. Hey, let's back off the rim. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of Rams Baseball. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. You're not missing a thing.
No.
Pelosa, very concerned with the runner at first base. Jake Pike led off the game with a single on the 3-1 pitch. Now it's 1-2 to Landon Thomas, 1 on and nobody out. No score here in the third place game. And the top of the first inning, as a very patient Landon Thomas, and it will have to be, takes 1 in the dirt.
It's going to be a long day for Pelosa holding runners on because when he motions to first, he leans one way and leans backwards before he throws. Like that, Pike got picked off.
And Pike is going to head down to second base or will be tagged out by the shortstop. And Pike does not pick up that tendency. And so there's your first pickoff.
He leaned again, and Pike was going on movement, obviously on a steal, and Tim Holloway not happy with that because it looked more like a hit and run maybe it was supposed to be on. But as it is, it's 1 out, and the Rams lose a runner already.
So the base is empty here in the top of the first. No score. Quick 2-2 count to Landon Thomas. Pelosa fires, and that's going to be a strike in the opposite batter's box for a call third strike. So 2 out.
Well, you got to swing. Started out promising, and now you lose a runner in strike 3, and momentum's a finicky thing. When you have a left-hander on the hill, you see in different things, and right now Mount Vernon, that 4 times not the high school level, a junk-throwing left-hander will give teams trouble and more a fast-throwing right-hander.
Reason he's 8-0 on the year, I presume. With 2 outs, Young will take 1 in the dirt. 1-0 to the right-handed senior, the catcher. Going to Lindenwood Belleville next year. He'll play his home games, of course, at GCS Ballpark, where the Rams won their Super Sectional. The 1-0 comes. It's going to catch the outside corner for 1-1.
I'm telling you right now, if that corner is that big for both teams, it won't take very long to play this game.
Possibly not.
We're going white to white on the batter's box today.
Might get an early breakfast after all. The 1-1 comes. Swung on a miss. Make it 1-2 here to Young.
Pulled off that time. Got to stay in and go up the middle or up the field with a lefty. Throws Young.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 gone here in the top of the first. Check swing. He wraps around inside. They're going to appeal to the first base umpire, who says it's Colin Wentz. So, in a roundabout way, the Rams go 1-2-3 in the top half. No score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 32 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties, honest deals, and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. And you don't even have to leave your home to get credit approval. Call Second Chance Auto at 244-4582 and get pre-approved right over the phone. They know bad things can happen to good people. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Grayslake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Ina, Illinois. Save thousands on a culinary arts education at Grayslake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary arts.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
So no runs on one hit, no errors for the Rams, of course, thus far. We head to the bottom half of the first. There are just some details. Chris Hugo with Danny Zerwinski alongside. We need to meet the Grayslake Central batting order.
Leading off, Ryan Fontana, followed by Pat Burba and Kyle Balling. Then it'll be Freddie Landers, Matt Lofel, and Kyle Clark, and it's Sterling Dixon, Justin Allen, and A.J. Horde for the Rams of Grayslake Central.
There you go. Defensively for the Rams, Tyler Ellis puts his 8-2 record on the line today with a 2.01 ERA. 36 strikeouts compared to 13 bases on balls. Colin Young will do the catching. It's Sawyer Harrison, at third base. Matthew Williams at shortstop. Trevor Float at second, with both Metter at first. We'll meet the rest of the Ram defense here in just a moment at the first pitch. This is low to Ryan Fontana. Not confused with Ryan Fantana. Anchorman fans. The 1-0 comes. This is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Outfield is Clayton Reeves in left, Landon Thomas in center, and Jake Pike. Malone Jr. in the lineup. Tim Holloway's Mountford and Rams. 2-0 comes. Going to miss outside. 3-0. So Grayslake Tots, we're talking about them off the air. We told you what the Rams look like. Grayslake is in gray pants, oddly enough. Green tots, what say about those? Is that more of a hunter green or a forest green on the strike on the outside corner?
Well, more of a forest green thing. Well, that's kind of nice-looking uniform.
With, I believe, some grayish numerics trimmed in maybe a white, with, I believe, Central in a script sprawl across the chest. It's 3-2. The count is full to Ryan Fontana. Here comes, waves at it and misses. And so, Tyler Ellis gets his first strikeout of the game. 1 out, nobody on the bottom of the first. Scoreless here in your third-place game, Class 3A.
Good comeback. Fell behind 3-0. Worked his way back on 3 straight strikes.
So with 1 out, the base is empty. It'll be Pat Burba, a left-handed batter, the left fielder. Takes one inside. I don't know how that didn't hit him, but he got out of the way. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams. With 5 locations and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Strike across the plate to Burba. Quick 1-1 count with the designated hitter Balling on deck. We're Central, the Rams as well. This one will be sent to the left. Timmy on the run, and Reeves will make a heck of a grab on a dive. There's your second out.
Yes, nice play. That ball off the left-handed bat will obviously go towards the left field foul line, and Reeves was shading that way anyway. Still had to make the run, and a nice diving catch in left field by Timmy for the second out of the inning.
Of course, 330 down the left field line, 400 straightaway center according to the Internet, and 327 where it's also marked. It's marked down the lines on the foul poles. Here at Silver Cross Field. Missing upstairs to the left-handed batter Kyle Balling, a designated hitter, and it's a 1-0 count. Here for Central, they're also the Rams. They will be referred to as, at least I will refer to them as Grayslake Central or Central during this broadcast. Swung on the miss, 1-1. Beautiful day here in Will County. Here comes the next one, and the 1-1 is going to be 1-2. That swung on the miss. Good pitch by Tyler.
Yep, seems that Tyler's finding his rhythm early, at least here in this first inning on the hill.
1-2 with 2 gone. Bases empty. This one's tapped foul to the first base side. No scoreboards today. We're sorry. Tony Wilt brought them to you all year long on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. There's another jumbo jet.
Yeah, we're in the old hair flight pattern.
So for all your insurance needs, see Tony in Mount Vernon online at TonyWilt.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. A high called third strike. Both pitchers get 2 strikeouts in an inning. Both teams go 1-2-3. We are through 1. No score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hello.
Okay, people, here's your chance to come clean. Been punished? What did you do?
I backed into a tree.
I got dinged at the mall.
I hit black ice, then a parked car.
And your punishment was?
They raised my auto premium.
Here's how to stop the punishment. Get Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. With Rate Lock, you'll get a low rate that stays low, even if you file a claim. You're locked in until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Oh. Which means when you call on us, you'll feel like you're supposed to feel. Relieved.
So talk to us at the Bean Insurance Agency today. Call 618-242-6017. That's 618-242-6017. Or go to beaninsurance.net.
See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie. Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
Welcome you back on AM 940 and, of course, online at WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Zerwinski alongside. As we head to the top of the second, it'll be the meat of the order due up for the Rams with Colton Metter, Trevor Flota, and Matthew Williams. Of course, senior, and Tim Holloway's lineup here. No score, no runs, one hit, no errors for the Rams. No runs, no hits, no errors for Grayslake Central, and nobody stranded.
Discussion with the first base umpire regarding the pickoff move to first of Mr. Pelosa. He's probably fudging the line of left-handed pickoffs, as all left-handers have do since the beginning of time in baseball.
That'll be Matter to get it started. Red Lake College Player of the Game will come your way in our post-game show. We'll try to get you a good candidate or candidates today. As the first pitch by Matter is going to be a blooper into center on the dive. Not coming up with it is Lofel. He didn't loaf on the play, but that'll be a leadoff single by Colton Metter.
Yeah, little swing, big swing, and I think that's what got the center fielder off kilter was the big swing. The ball was off the trademark of the bat, down toward the handle a little bit. Didn't go very far and dropped in for a hit. So that'll bring in Trevor Flota. One on and nobody out as the Rams get the leadoff batter aboard for a second consecutive inning against the Rams for Grayslake Central. These two teams, not on the baseball diamond, but these two schools, I should say, played each other in football in 2010 in Week 9. Grayslake Central took that. Rams trying to get a trophy for their efforts here today. At least I should say the third place trophy. They'll get a trophy regardless. As that one missed high to Flota. 1 ball, no strikes. Sun-drenched Silver Cross Field here in Joliet, downtown. Across from Joliet Township High School. It's 2-0. We saw Joliet Catholic and Joliet West yesterday. Well, over 2,500 kids in Joliet Central and Joliet West School, plus 770 at Joliet Catholic.
The 2-0 going to be popped up. Matter's going to go about a third of the way. The center fielder, Lofel, on the run will make the grab, and so that'll be your first out of the inning.
Drop down, drop shoulder, popped up. Have a fly ball in the outfield for the first out of the inning.
Safe out.
Sorry. You and I drove around yesterday everywhere, visited the historic state penitentiary also.
That we did.
That was
incredible.
If you want to be scared straight as far as staying on this side of the wall, go look at that place.
Here comes first pitch. Williams will foul back to the backstop, and that was a good trip.
But that was a good trip, too, where the Blues Brothers left in the East Gate on their movie in the 80s and stuff. And we haven't been on the other side of Joliet High School. We saw Joliet West have a football field. Joliet Catholic did not have a football field on campus.
The 0-1 by Williams going to be lifted towards right. That's going to go to the berm, and the kids are going to give that a chase. That'll be a free souvenir. Keep it in play, fellas, for you anyway. Okay. I'll play on the field.
We see the practice field, but I wonder where Joliet Central plays. On the other side or somewhere. I don't know. We haven't been on the other side that way.
No, we haven't.
Been told not to, but...
Yeah. 0-2. Here it comes. Waved at and missed. And, of course, a runner on first. That'll be your second out. That's the third strikeout today for Kevin Pelosa. Save thousands on your college education over in Lake College. Find out how at rlc.edu. Clayton Reeves, what they call him Timmy, as the center fielder was playing over toward right center. Now he'll go back to straight away.
He's got a busy week. He'll play today. He goes to football practice tomorrow night.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. Explain more about that. Hey, now we have time. Time called.
Well, and he will play on the Southern Illinois All-Star football team, that game at SIU next Friday night. He has practice tomorrow night. So he was hoping to get some rest.
As Reeves will ground to short, scoop second. Good play by Fontana to Horde. And that'll do the Rams. They strand a runner here in the second. No score through 1.5. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
The Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon would like to announce the grand opening of a custom compounding lab located right next door. What is compounding, you ask? Well, quite simply, it's working with your doctor to solve problems. Have you ever had an infant who couldn't keep antibiotics down? Compounding is formulating that drug into a suppository. Problem solved. Have you ever been nauseous and unable to take tablets? We can compound that anti-nausea drug into a cream you simply apply to the skin. Problem solved. Worried about side effects or risks associated with oral pain medication or hormone therapy? We can compound pain medications or hormone meds into a topical cream that will avoid most, if not all, of the risks and side effects. Problem solved. These are just a small sampling of our ability to better serve our patients. It's another way we at the Medicine Shop stand out from the competition. Give the staff at the Medicine Shop a call today.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Home half the second we go. Due up for Grayslake Central to be Freddie Landers, Matt Lofel, and Kyle Clark. Here for the Rams.
Got info from a listener.
Nice. First pitch of the inning will be outside and low to the right-handed batter, Landers. No relation. Want to know?
We have, as soon as I get a chance. Tyler Ellis not going to let me talk.
Nope, 1-0 coming. I got 1-1, so want to miss that extra shift.
Joliet Catholic plays at Joliet Memorial Stadium, part of the Joliet Park District, holds 10,000, also home to the St. Francis College team. So says Brent Widget.
Nice. Up 1-1. You listening?
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Well, he said there's people driving into O'Fallon that are listening as well this morning already.
Legendary Widget's playing.
Yes.
The 2-1 on the way from Ellis out of the stretch, which he prefers. It'll be across the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lofel and Clark to follow. Kyle Clark, not of the Mount Vernon 2001 variety.
And Joliet Junior College plays there as well, he said.
Division 3, I believe. Wait, no. That's not right. 2-2 coming. I think Division 3 of the JUCO level. As that will be... Why is he still running? That'll be caught by Pike. That's what threw me out in right field. Wow. I lost on reminiscing there. 1 out, nobody on now for Matt Lofel.
You know, we did see a sign for Joliet Junior College, so I wondered because I wonder if the stadium, kind of like an Alton scenario.
Yeah, you brought that up yesterday in the van.
Yeah.
As the first pitch will come high, misses upstairs to Lofel, left-hander, no surprise. 1 ball, no strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, no score. Your IHSA Class 3A third place game. As the 1-0 catches the inside corner, it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. The aforementioned van, which is the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Of course, see their inventory online at kingcitychrysler.com. Swung and a miss. Taking a foul tip, 1-2.
75 mile an hour on that changeup.
Tyler Ellis will go on to play at Grayslake College next year. He'll be our Warrior. I believe Blake Deaton done there now. Will go on. Jack Jones still there for the Mount Vernon Rams. Add a couple more Rams to the Warriors next year. The 2-2 coming. It's going to be into left field. Reeves will have to go very far to make this grab, and there's your second out, 2 away.
About this group is a lot of balls hit like that. You already start writing it down, F7 or 7, because you know it's going to get caught out there more times than not by this group.
Of course, Sarah Staley of Country Financial is another of our booster sponsors. Tomorrow's the day that anything can happen. You better be ready. When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial in Mount Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan that meets your goals. Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security? As the first pitch comes into Kyle Clark for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Central Rams. Tap down the third base side. Good pick up off the hop by Harrison. Running throw. Good catch. Good grab by Colton Metter, and 5-3 will retire this side. In regulation again, go the Central Rams. We are through 2, no score. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois proudly welcomes Dr. Brian Steinke to their medical staff. Dr. Steinke earned his medical degree at the University of Illinois in Chicago and has degrees in anatomy and physiology from UC Berkeley, and he brings prestigious credentials to the center. Dr. Steinke is a gifted physician and contributor to orthopedic textbooks. Call 618-242-3778 or visit their informative website at orthocenter-si.com.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank, asking why you bank with Community First Bank. Is it knowing your deposits are also vital to home loans in Jefferson County and our local economy? Is it having your choice of convenient locations and ATMs? Is it seeing a staff of friendly faces you recognize as your neighbors? These are all reasons enough to count, though you only need one, and we are honored you chose us. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Welcome back to Silver Cross Field. Chris Hugo with Danny Zawinski alongside. Rams Baseball is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Your community, your choice, your bank. Community First Bank of the Heartland has 5 Jefferson County branches. Responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. So it'll be Sawyer Harrison, Hayden Paninsky, and Jake Pike due up for the Rams at the top of the third with no score in this third-place game. And the first pitch strike to Harrison was across the plate, so 0-1 to Sawyer. 8-9-1 in the Rams lineup. Where the magic has happened. As Saki takes a blow for the ball.
There's some magic on the berm. Everybody's taking out their territory. It's funny.
It's territory is the foul ball chase. You got to keep them here at the state finals. You don't have to throw them back. 1-1 coming. That's going to come inside at about the knee. Harrison gets ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. Kevin Pelosa, of course, 8-0 on the season coming into today. I was hoping to get that third-place trophy and give him his first loss. That's a good rip by Harrison, but fouled back to the backstop for 2-2. Matt Burba's in left, Matt Lopel in center. Sterling Dixon gets it started right. Justin Allen at third. Ryan Fontana at short with A.J. Horde at second, and Kyle Clark at first. Behind the plate is Freddie Landers. That pitch will miss low and away to Sawyer Harrison. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Harrison getting it started here in the third. No runs, 2 hits for the Rams. Only one stranded as Harrison gets a piece of this. Center fielder Lopel on the run. Gets back in time to make the grab. There's your first out.
Hard hit ball. Went the opposite way, just like I said. Did a good job putting kick on it. Just caught me at center field. This game travels along quickly.
Probably the hardest hit ball we've seen from the Rams up here in Joliet.
Yeah. Rams are the only team in 3A not to score yet. Scoreless now on 9 innings in a third.
See what they can do here off the bat. Hayden Paninsky stands in and rips one to center field straight away. On the run is Lowful, and he'll get back quickly enough to make the grab. He's been valuable already.
A lot of acreage out there, 400 feet to center field. Just not going to hit one out of this place today. Unless you get on to one. Of course, you can hit one down the right field line because they have that picnic area that juts out on the warning track, which is kind of interesting. That usually comes out of nowhere.
Can be done. 2 outs, nobody on for Pike here in the top of the third. No score. Looking for the bunt. Pulls back. Looks like it's low and away. It'll be 1-0 to Jake. Of course, Second Chance Auto, one of our great sponsors. For credit approval over the phone without even leaving your home, give them a call at 244-4582. Second Chance has your largest selection of pre-owns priced under $10,000 in one location. 1-0 missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on for the Rams. Top 3, no score. Third place game in Class 3A, and Pike will just get a piece of one, taps it down to the first base side. First baseman will cut in front of the second baseman, and Clark makes a throw over to the pitcher Pelosa, who is covering. So 3-1 sets the Rams down in order here in the third. We're through 2.5, no score. Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. It's been said that in order to grow, you have to change. Very rarely anymore do insurance companies ask the phrase to go out and get 3 estimates. The new phrase insurance companies are asking is, would you like to take your vehicle to one of our direct repair facilities? This is a way for your insurance company and collision repair center to help relieve the stress you may have from your unfortunate incident. And, as Landers Collision Centers has adapted to this forever-changing industry, we are extremely happy to announce that we are a direct repair facility for over 10 different insurance companies. It's likely that one of them is yours. From dealing with your insurance company, setting you up with a rental vehicle, lifetime warranty on repairs, and of course, Landers free lifetime detailing for qualified customers, Landers Collision Centers literally takes the stress from your incident and turns it back into a shiny new ride for you to enjoy again. Landers is here for you whenever you need us. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome you back to Silver Cross Field in Joliet. Rams Baseball, third place action against Grayslake Central. And for the Central Rams, it'll be the bottom of the order with Sterling Dixon, Justin Allen, and A.J. Horde. Here comes the first pitch from Ellis, a fastball at 77. This is up. It'll be 1-0. Beautiful day. Long, warm day. Under the sun we are. Mentor will come off the bag to make a great grab on a hop. Throws over to the covering Ellis. 3-1. Made it look easy.
Yeah, Colton Metter has made a lot of difficult plays look easy. He's one that's going to be missed with the way he's handled himself around the bag with footwork and whatnot.
So with nobody on and one out, that'll bring in the right-handed Justin Allen at third base. Out of the stretch comes Ellis through a good grab by Harrison, knocks it down anyway, and fires over to first. He had it and lost, but was able to keep it in front. And 5-3 will be your second out to get the speedy Allen.
Well, with him, his ability, he's pretty quick with the reflexes. He knocks the ball down, and he has a very good arm when he wants to cut loose, and just like that he did there.
That'll bring in Horde, 2 outs, the base is empty. Rams Baseball powered by Community First Bank. See Joe David Cummins for a commercial loan. Of course, he's the president that sits right at the front door at Community First Bank of the Heartland. Now it's 5 Jefferson County branches. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
Pinch hitter Joe Mariska will bat.
All right. This will bring in Joe Mariska.
A.J. Horde does not get an at-bat. Gets a start, but doesn't get an at-bat.
All right. Yeah. We wait the 1-0, and here it comes across the plate. It'll even things up. 1-1. Joe Mariska.
As we have another pitching duel. Not shocking.
So a strike across the plate this time. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mariska. Here with nobody on and 2 out in the home half of the third. No score in your third place game. What's going to happen here? The 1-2 comes, and that's going to come in on the shoulder, and so Mariska gets aboard.
All right. Tried to throw something off speed, maybe a knuckleball of some sort or something it looked like he had, and he just lost control of it and hit him right in the shoulder. Pinch hitter gets on.
So they'll bring in Fontana, who struck out his last time up back in the first.
And that breaks the perfect game up. He had 8 in a row set down until then.
Of course, All Stars and Stitches handles much of our signage at WMIX Sports. All right. If you can put a logo on it, All Stars and Stitches can probably print it. See Big Dave from the crew at All Stars, just west of Benton High School. Or call 435-5555. We're going to have a pinch runner.
Yeah, that's to be a pinch runner, number 18, Brett Yoder. Now comes in, so 3 players in that spot. There must be something to Joe Mariska getting an at-bat there as everybody is cheering, and he comes to the bench.
So Yoder, the pinch runner, he's on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Pitch on the way to Fontana. I do that all day.
Think of Fontana, the racetrack.
Okay.
I keep thinking NASCAR goes.
I keep thinking, obviously, of Brian Fontana. All right. Runner on, 2 outs, the 0-1. Here it comes. Ground ball to short. Shouldn't be a problem. Williams plays it perfectly off the hop. A high throw to Metter. Brings it down. 6-3 over side to side has Grayslake Central Strands their first baseman of the morning. No score through 3. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank, asking why you bank with Community First Bank. Is it knowing your deposits are also vital to home loans in Jefferson County and our local economy? Is it having your choice of convenient locations and ATMs? Is it seeing a staff of friendly faces you recognize as your neighbors? These are all reasons enough to count, though you only need one, and we are honored you chose us. Community First Bank, welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
WMIX and WMIXSports.com as we head to the top of the fourth. For Mount Vernon, it will be Landon Thomas, Colin Young, and Colton Metter as the Rams and the Rams are scoreless here in your third-place game, otherwise known as the Public School State Championship.
What I called it.
A couple of non-boundary parochials are in the championship game today. Wheaton, St. Francis, and Joliet Catholic. That game will follow this one. We will not be here for that.
They might be getting players as we speak.
Could be. As long as they're on the roster, here it comes. By the time they turn in the lineup car. This will be outside to Landon Thomas. So 1 ball, no strikes to LT. Pelosa gets set out of the windup, fires, misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Young on deck for the Rams, followed by Colt Metter. Here in the Rams' half of the 4th inning. Next one comes, misses low again.
Make another one. Make him throw you a strike.
The First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams. 5 locations. That's more than anyone else in Jefferson County. Mount Vernon, Dixon, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. As that one catch the outside corner, 3 balls and a strike to the left-handed Thomas. As the catcher, Colin Young, awaits near the on-deck circle. This one's going to be ripped toward right. Dixon will make a nice grab as he reaches up to get it on a hard hit ball by Thomas. There's one away.
I noticed Dixon yesterday in the ball game. He, to me, is a pretty salty little right fielder. He had some plays yesterday he made look very easy in his big spaces ballpark.
No Tony Wells scoreboard updates today. This early start. 9 o'clock was there.
Nobody else is playing, Tony, but us.
Tony Wilt wants to handle all of your interest needs. Find Anthony on the web at TonyWilt.com. Look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. As Young Cork swans, that's down the line, foul into the berm. So 5 and 55 and some navy blue T-shirts will run after that one. It's a foot race, and the taller 55 with the longer legs.
Yeah, the double nickel will win that one. The other berm is controlled by Holloways, McClures, and otherwise.
Give the edge to Littlest McClure. The 0-1 to Young is going to catch the outside corner. It's 0-2.
I don't believe he's out there.
It's probably a good thing.
I don't see him anywhere.
He would gobble them all up. Next one, a foul tip from Young. Keeps the count. No balls, 2 strikes, with 1 out. Our next Rams broadcast will be on August the 30th as the Rams football team travels to Rochester. Watch that online at WMIXsports.com or listen to the broadcast on AM 940. It'll be Friday, August the 30th for Rams football. It's defending back-to-back-to-back state champion Rochester Rockets. The 0-2 bounces in, 1-2.
Catchers that turn themselves away from their equipment and the ball usually get hurt, just like catcher did there. Mr. Landers learned that lesson. If you got that equipment on the front, don't turn, young fella. That's what that equipment's for.
Oh, of course, everybody clap your hands, please. Who's the first person the Rams got to clap? Well, you betcha. 1-2 on the way. Here it comes, Young. Just misses on the swing, and that'll be the 4th strikeout for Pelosa.
Nice off-speed pitch that time by Pelosa. Had Colin out in front on the swing.
We will look for Red Lake College player of the game. I already know. I have a feel anyway. Red Lake College online at roc.edu. See which of the more than 100 degree certificate programs is right for you. You can also save a bundle on your college education. 2 outs, nobody on for Metter here in the 4th. No score. He'll rip one to the shortstop. Good play by Fontana. Fires across in time. And down in order to go to the Rams here in the 4th. We're through 3.5. Still no score. This is Rams Baseball powered by Community First Bank.
The Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon would like to announce the grand opening of a custom compounding lab located right next door. What is compounding, you ask? Well, quite simply, it's working with your doctor to solve problems. Have you ever had an infant who couldn't keep antibiotics down? Compounding is formulating that drug into a suppository. Problem solved. Have you ever been nauseous and unable to take tablets? We can compound that anti-nausea drug into a cream you simply apply to the skin. Problem solved. Worried about side effects or risks associated with oral pain medication or hormone therapy? We can compound pain medications or hormone meds into a topical cream that will avoid most, if not all, of the risks and side effects. Problem solved. These are just a small sampling of our ability to better serve our patients. It's another way we at the Medicine Shop stand out from the competition. Give the staff at the Medicine Shop a call today.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
And we welcome you back to Silver Cross Field in Joliet. Rams Baseball. Mount Vernon and Grayslake Central, both the Rams in the 3rd place game, the public school state title game here at Joliet. That really does not exist. The winner gets the 3rd place trophy, but can call it the public school state championship, we say, as the first pitch sails in about belt high, and it misses Pat Burma. Just barely. It's 1-0. Burma fouled by Balling and Landers in the home half of the 4th. This is going to be a ground ball to second. No problem. Off the hop by Flota. Fires over to Metter at first. 4-3.
Sounded almost like a wooden bat.
That did. Thought I was somewhere else.
Well, I had a crack to the bat, and I'm like, well, that sounded interesting.
That are just some simple sound effects. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, online at FordSquare.com, where you can find their selection. They'll drive us up to Rochester on August the 30th for Rams football. Now, this one's going to be powered into center. Shouldn't be a problem for Landon. LT will make the grab with one hand because that's what he does and that's what he can do.
Yep.
2 away.
3 pitches, 2 outs. The efficiency here between Pelosa and Ellis here in this game. Getaway day technically for both teams. Not sure. Grayslake may or may not have drove down. Would that be a possibility?
Could be. I think they did because their bus broke down.
So Grayslake drives down. We can say Francis probably drove down. Joliet slept in her own bed. So Mount Vernon's the only team in town that needed a hotel probably.
Probably. The 0-1 coming. Going to catch the inside corner and miss for ball 1. How about that?
A lot of people could make the drive. Libertyville, Mount Carmel. Yeah, I bet a lot of schools make the drive.
Here it comes. Ripped down the third base side and foul. Good grab by whoever leaned over the dugout then.
St. Charles. Yeah, I bet they all drive.
I would.
4A would. I mean, why would you, if you're 4A and you're Chicago?
That's the restaurants are where you go, so it's not going to worry about
we found one yesterday. I told you I wouldn't lead you astray.
1-2 coming. That didn't impress me last night, but 1-2. Rounded third. Harrison will pick it up, fire across. 1-2-3 in order here in the fourth. Go the Grayslake Central Rams. Through 4, no score. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 32 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties, honest deals, and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. And you don't even have to leave your home to get credit approval. Call Second Chance Auto at 244-4582 and get pre-approved right over the phone. They know bad things can happen to good people. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
Hi, this is Susan Sahaki with People's National Bank. Being locally owned, we know the importance of having a free checking account that you can depend on. The account only takes $100 to open, and there's no minimum balance requirement. People's National Bank offers big bank services with small hometown feel. Stop by any People's National Bank branch and ask about the benefits of the People's National Bank free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909, member FDIC.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Zerwinski alongside as we head to the top of the fifth. Rams and Grayslake Central scoreless here in the third place game. And, of course, new pitcher. A few extra warm-ups, it seems like.
No.
Pelosa remains out there, the left-hander. Out for inning number 5 will be Trevor Flota, Matthew Williams, and Clayton Reeves for the Rams, better known to you as 5, 6, and 7 in Tim Holloway's lineup.
4 innings in 37 minutes. Ellis has thrown 41 pitches. Pelosa has thrown 42 pitches. So if that tells you anything about the pace of the game and how things are going, and we're going to get helped a little bit in the next 10 minutes. The sun's going to go over the facade here on the first base side, help us out.
That it will. That's what I didn't even know it. Wow. I got sweat on the sunglasses. That stinks. Pelosa gets set, winds and fires. The left-hander's pitch is going to be grounded to short. Flota will be out at first on the 6-3 on a good play by Ryan Fontana. And there's your first out. Second Chance Auto, one of our great sponsors. Find them on... let's start that again. Second Chance Auto, you can get your credit approved right over the phone. 244-4582. Just give them a call. A little ring-a-ding or stop by and see them around 142 East in Mount Vernon. But how cool is that? Credit approved over the phone without even leaving the house. Williams shows bunt. Pulls back, I thought. Should be a strike.
No, didn't pull.
I mean, did not pull back. I thought it should be a strike.
Yeah, he was bumped for a hit. Committed and stuck with it. Missed it on the pitch, starting fastball down and in.
See what happens on the 0-1. The lefty-righty matchup here in the fifth. One out, bases empty. Come back into the pitcher. Good reaction by Pelosa. He'll fire over to first to Kyle Clark. There's your out.
Well, do what you can do. It's good play by Pelosa, fielding his position, the ability to throw, and when you finish with your follow-through as a pitcher, to be the ninth fielder on the field.
So no runs on 2 hits for the Rams with 1 left aboard. No runs on no hits for Grayslake Central. They stranded a runner on a hit batsman. The lefty Pelosa gets set. A palm ball. That's what it looked like. Not that there one of them called
change, maybe.
There you go. That's probably more accurate. 0-1, 2 outs, nobody on for the Rams. And that's going to go a little bit higher upstairs on the swing of Mr. Reeves. Falls behind 0-2. He's 0-1. Ground out to short his last time. Tony Wilt wants to help you with all of your insurance needs. See him online at TonyWilt.com. Find him in his office or look for that mobile business card, that white State Farm Jeep around town. It's the 0-2. Could it be a blooper on the run in left field? It's Fur, but nobody will get to it. That's going to be a 2-out base hit for Clayton. Timmy gets scored.
Well, Duck snored over the shortstop's head. Stuck his bat out there and was able to knock it in for the third hit of the day for Mount Vernon.
See if the Rams get some 2-out bingo going here in the fifth. Scoreless ball game for just joining us. IHSA Class 3A third place contest. It's actually known as the Public School State Championship game. The runner on first. We've seen what Pelosa likes to do with the runner on, and that's delay. And checked, and this time he's going to come home with it to Harrison on an uppercut swing.
And there's so many things a pitcher can do. You can throw to first, vary your time of delivery to the plate. You can step off. You can hold the ball, make the batter step out. There's so many things you can do to mess with the runner's timing at first.
Here comes the pitch on the way to Harrison. Pops it up over to the right side. Should scoot over the first base dugout. There's here. Did I come up with that one?
Who came up with it? Nobody. E-Fan.
I don't even tell you that.
Mr. Flota was over there, but he didn't make an attempt.
He knew he didn't have a good chance at it.
No. He didn't dive or nothing.
A couple of rows back, and Mr. Reeves, he knows he didn't.
No, he wasn't in the play. Mr. Flota didn't make a dive at it.
Don't blame him. 0-2 the count. Runner on first, 2 gone here in the inning. Of course, Rams Baseball is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. You have a choice in Jefferson County. In fact, you have 5 of them. Alfred and Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina, Community First Bank. The 0-2 swung and a miss. 5 strikeouts on the day for Kevin Pelosa, and we head to the bottom half. No score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
More Americans are on a move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. A good deal of sunshine today. Very nice with a high of 80. And then tonight, mostly clear, low 58 to 62. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Seasonably warm, but watch for a strong afternoon thunderstorm. A high temperature of 82. Now look for Monday, clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm around with a high temperature, again, 82. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
Oh, yeah, we're on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Give us a follow. I know I follow. I have to, I guess. And it'll be the local Clark and Dixon in the Grayslake Central lineup against Mr. Ellis. No runs, no hits for Grayslake Central here in the third place game, and a scoreless ball game here in the home half. First pitch of the ball. It's 1-0 to Local. Call him Loaf in the dugout, so we got our pronunciation accurate. 2-0 now.
O-E, 2 vowels go walking. The first one does the talking. Local.
As it comes inside, it'll miss low. 3-0.
Probably will take this one.
I would say
so. This level.
About Sarah Staley of Country Financial here in just a moment. Oh, and a pitch that misses low. So a 4-pitch walk to low will bring up Kyle Clark. Sarah Staley of Country Financial, one of our great booster sponsors, of course. Tomorrow is the day that anything can happen. We hope you're ready. You get a one-on-one relationship with Country Financial agent Sarah Staley. What's your idea of financial security at Country Financial? In steps the burly right-hander, Kyle Clark, with a runner on, and
Grayslake doesn't have a hit. Interesting to see if they bunt.
Nobody covered the throw behind the runner. Of course, Local wasn't going anywhere on that play. 1-0 is the count. Nobody out. 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Public School State title game, otherwise known as the IHSA Class 3A third place game. That started about 9:02. This one's moving right along with no score. Pitch on the way from Ellis. Bunt drop down the first base side. It will be a strike. 0-1. Foul.
Foul. The grass infield course, cut very low, and it's Frontier League Park. The white line is right next to it, probably maybe a foot between it and the grass, and then the longer dirt path to run on. Interesting, there's no box to run in for the runners here. They don't put that in there as they do at the Major League level. Wonder why they didn't do that.
This one will be bunted foul. Pop up. Mr. Young can't get to it. It'll be 1-2. He gave it a heck of an effort.
Yeah. 2 strikes now. Let's see if they continue the bunt. Young man in the box, Clark, is not getting in the front of the box, and his bat angle is awful. Right up, down, and it pops it up twice. I mean, you move yourself in front of the box, get your bat out there, and get square and do your job. You're not fooling anybody in those 2 situations.
1-2 Company grounded out his last time. This one is going to be a pop fly into right field, and Pike will make the grab. There's your first down.
That's very disappointing as a coach when you got a guy that can't get a bunt down, and then you can't bunt him on 2 strikes, because you know he can't get the first 2 down in that situation. Probably not a good bunter by his form and technique. Don't know how many times he's been asked to bunt all year, and then he flies out to right, so it kind of blows that whole scheme. We'll see if they select the bunt here with Dixon.
They'll bring in the aforementioned Sterling Dixon. Here with 1 on and 1 out. No hits thus far for Grayslake Central. The Rams have no runs on 3 hits. They've stranded 2. As this one will be a nice soft liner. The floater picks up and doubles off the runner at first. 4-3 will be your double play on the soft liner, and down go the Rams. The Grayslake Central Rams here in the 5th. Through 5, no score. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank, asking why you bank with Community First Bank. Is it knowing your deposits are also vital to home loans in Jefferson County and our local economy? Is it having your choice of convenient locations and ATMs? Is it seeing a staff of friendly faces you recognize as your neighbors? These are all reasons enough to count, though you only need one, and we are honored you chose us. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Don't just dream about a better job, go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Rend Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Rend Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
WMIX and WMIXSports.com as we head to the top of the 6th, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. It'll be Hayden Panisky, Jake Pike, and Landon Thomas in the Ram lineup. Still no score here from Joliet at Silver Cross Field in the 3rd place game of the IHSA Class 3A state finals. Of course, Community First Bank, 5 Jefferson County branches with a responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Friends and neighbors on staff, of course, who understand your needs. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. First pitch of the inning, of course, from the lefty Pelosa. Took a little bit off at that time. Panisky was trying to bunt his way aboard and misses, so it'll be 0-1 to Hayden. He follows us on Twitter. You should, too, at WMIX Sports. 0-1 across the plate. Good floater that time, 62 miles per hour, and it's 0-2.
Try anything.
No runs on 3 hits for the Rams. They stranded a pair. Swung on and missed. There's strikeout number 6 on the day.
Pitcher's duel, and right now it's a battle.
So bring in Pike. Pike led off the game with a single, but he was caught. He was gunned down, picked off. 1-4-6. 1-3. As he will rip one, shading towards the right center field. That'll fall for a base hit. So Pike is 2 of 3 today as he gets a 1-out single here in the top of the 6th inning.
4th hit for the Rams.
They'll take it.
Need runners.
Yeah, it is. You can put a logo on it, All Stars and Stitches. Probably print it for you. See Big Dave at All Stars and Stitches, just west of Benton High School. Or call 435-5555. They do apparel, they do screen printing, they do awards, banners, trophies, plaques, and signs, you name it. Promotional products. Pitch out outside, and it'll be ball 1 here to Landon Thomas is off, too. He struck out and flown out.
This kind of game, anything can happen. Flash, bunt, steal, back, swing. There you go.
I think they got it now. At least the dugout has.
When he raises that foot and he leans, it's a definite go back.
Harrison's going to read. This one will be into the middle of a soft liner. High throw from the shortstop pulls Clark off the back. Does Pike slide back in time? That will be the question. The home first base umpire, after about a 2-second delay, says no. So that'll be a 6-3 double play, and that gets Grayslake Central out of it here. The 6 through 5.5, still no score. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
State Farm, this is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, Jerry Newman. Does State Farm offer more discounts to more drivers?
Yep, like the good driver discount.
So it's for good, but not great drivers.
No, Jerry. There's also the multi-line discount.
For calling from multiple lines while driving.
You should never use a phone while driving.
I only make calls from my car when I'm stuck in a ditch or something.
Are you in a ditch?
Yes, I am.
State Farm offers more discounts to more drivers than any other insurance company. Get to a better state.
One more reason to call State Farm agent Tony Wilton Mount Vernon at 242-1421.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. And when there are back problems, pain is always a constant companion. The Orthopedic Center also specializes in pain management, so put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
No scores. We head to the bottom of the sixth inning with 8, 9, and 1 to up for Grayslake Central. Allen, the ninth spot, and Fontana. Here comes the pitch on the way. Swung on a miss on a fastball. It was inside. Allen with the inside-out swing. 0-1.
Can't fault Tyler Ellis. Pitched his heart out today through 5 innings.
So Jay Hoffman is in the on-deck circle for Central. As it's 1-1 here, Justin Allen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out. He gets us started here in the home half of the sixth. Pitch on the way from Ellis. He likes the stretch, comes high inside. It'll be 2-1. Of course, Rams Baseball is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. See Joanne Joy for residential loan. Community First Bank has 5 Jefferson County locations. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. See what happens on the 2-1. Fastball maybe down the middle. Swung on a miss. 2-2.
81 on the gun. So fastball rolling about 81. Changeup rolling anywhere from 75 to 72.
Here he comes with first base side of the rubber out of the stretch. Will this be the first base hit? And it will. So the no-no's gone now here in the sixth. So 5 no-hit innings of ball for Tyler Ellis. That'll be the first base hit. It'll be Justin Allen on the single.
A little blooper over the head of Floatage second. Ran into the outfield, and there'll be a pinch runner as they are using that spot to the fullest. Sterling Dixon will come in and run, it looks like.
Must be some of this number 9 spot.
Like a senior thing, or trying to get everybody in or something. Of course, they got 30 kids. They got JV kids in there. They're not listed, but they can do that.
Who knows?
27. I have 27 listed, so probably their entire varsity and JV roster is listed. So they can do that.
So it'll be Jay Hoffman, a stand-in. Runner on first and nobody out. Bunts it well down the first base side. There's Metter to pick it up. Slow to the cover. 3-4 on the sacrifice. Advances the runner to second base. Yep. And there's a runner in scoring position for the first time today.
Yeah, first one there. Yeah, first one to second base officially. Some people have gotten there and then had to turn back around. First real threat, and that's a good bunt. And you can see that the glad hands in the dugout for Mr. Hoffman on the bunt.
Ryan Fontana will step in back to the top of the order. Courtesy runner, of course, pinch runner is Danny Reed on second base for Grayslake Central. No score, no runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Rams. No runs now on 1 hit for Grayslake Central here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios driven by Ford Square. 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Schedule your next service appointment online at FordSquare.com. As this one will be ripped to Matthew Williams. Nice grab. Looks the runner back. Now he'll go. Metter will hang on to it. Probably could have made a throw to the third base. He was not yet halfway when Metter had it. But there's your second out. Try not to be too risky, I guess.
Well, conservative. Held on to it. Runner goes to third. So now first runner of the game to get to third base. And Grayslake Central has that with 2 outs. As there's another pinch hitter here in the... Actually, no. Burba is in. Yeah.
Yes. Right, okay. So Pat Burba. Left-handed bat with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Runner on third, 90 feet away from the first score of the game, and he will rip this one up the middle. Just like that, it's 1-0. Grayslake Central takes the lead here in the bottom of the 6th, and that's disappointing because a better effort made on that one. That was the first base hit of the game, plus maybe thrown over the third. That wasn't deep enough to score a run if the runner's on second, but as a result, the Central Rams take the lead. Take the lead at the right time. And the Mount Vernon bats silent most of the weekend will have to come up with something, hold them to 1 run here, and then have to come up with something in the 7th inning. Of course, we'll look for some scores. Actually, won't have any because nothing starts until after this one's over. Swung through on the first pitch by the DH Balling, who's 0-2, 0-1. Tony Wells brings you our scoreboard updates. Brought them to you, I should say, throughout the season. He wants to help you with all of your insurance needs. See Tony in his office. Find him on the web at TonyWills.com. Look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state. With State Farm agent Tony Wells. Here comes. Popped up right side. It'll be Flota. Nope, Mike calling off Flota. Comes in and gets it. Makes the grab. Damage done here in the bottom of the 6th. Will be the last chance for the Rams coming up. 3, 4, and 5. 1-0 Grayslake Central. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday sports show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank, asking why you bank with Community First Bank. Is it knowing your deposits are also vital to home loans in Jefferson County and our local economy? Is it having your choice of convenient locations and ATMs? Is it seeing a staff of friendly faces you recognize as your neighbors? These are all reasons enough to count, though you only need one, and we are honored you chose us. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Community First Bank of the Heartland. It's at home in Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Proud to be the official voice of Rams Athletics here on WMIX and WMIXSports.com as we've taken you through a complete high school broadcast season. This will be the final game of our local sports broadcast schedule as far as we know. Of course, the next one coming up will be Rams broadcast, I should say. It'll be August the 30th. Rams football will travel to Rochester. Video online at WMIXSports.com, and, of course, we'll be right here on your radio home for Mount Vernon Rams football, AM 940. 1-0 ball game as we head to the last chance 7th for the Rams. It'll be Young, Metter, and Flota due up, the lefty. Kim Pelosa still on the hill, and fires one in the dirt, a change-up, 1-0. 57 pitches coming into the 7th inning in a game that's still not even an hour old. We're 2 minutes shy. 6 innings in 58 minutes. 1-0 coming to Young in the dirt. That'll get through the 5-hole of the catcher. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. Second Chance Auto, one of our great sponsors. Find them at Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Get your credit approved over the phone. 244-4582. Second Chance Auto. No fancy sales gimmicks, just honest deals. Also, your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced under $10,000. Our first break in the action today comes courtesy of the Medicine Shop, as Coach Whalen will make a visit out to the mound and talk to his left-handed hurler. Medicine Shop Pharmacy, Mount Vernon, 2339 Broadway, where customer care is their top priority. Well, Hootie. Yeah, back when Hootie was Hootie.
Back when Hootie was Hootie instead of a country singer. A lot of kids these days don't know Hootie was Hootie.
That's true.
Like, who do you mean?
Hootie? What?
Hootie. What?
This version of Wagon Wheel sucks. What? I didn't say that. I don't mean that either. I don't like the song altogether. 2-0 the count. I know a lot of people do, though. It's a popular request on Way Back Wednesday. Still like that song. It's good.
Hey, get it out of your system, man.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't like it. It's all good, though. I like Hootie. 2-0 coming. Big Darius Rucker guy. Cool dude. 2-1. Met him once. Don't like that song, Darius. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes to Young. This will be a ground ball. Second base side. Picked up. Fires to first in time. Good grab by Clark. And 4-3 is your first out. So So Grayslake Central 2 outs away from the third place trophy here in the top of the seventh. They scored their lone run in the bottom of the sixth. For almost 15 straight, actually over 15 in the third innings in a row, Mount Vernon without scoring a run, dating back to the super sectional game where they didn't score in the seventh. Unreal. The bat that went silent, something that we as broadcasters have not seen all year from the Rams. Actually, the first pitch on the way to Colton Metter is going to be rung up as the late strike. 0-1. So, 9:02 is our start. We're just past the top of the 10 o'clock hour on WMIX Mount Vernon. We're an hour and one into this one as Metter will swing through the 0-1 and falls down here, 0-2. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the seventh, third place trophy plus the public school state title on the line here in the top of the seventh. Community First Bank has been here all season long. Metter gets a piece to the third baseman. Allen picks up, fires a high one across. Off the bag comes Clark, and they're going to say he made the tag. I thought he was through the bag. He was through the bag when the tag was applied, but hasn't been the strongest first base umpire we've ever seen. Wow. And so now he's ordering Quinn McClure is questioning and said, did he not get through the bag? And the umpire, showing himself, told Quinn McClure to get back in the coach's box. It wasn't even a discussion or an argument. Seriously. Short fuse, if any, down there at first base. Of course, Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams Athletics here on WMIX. We've told you time and time again. We appreciate their patronage this year and hope we've done them a great service as we've tried to bring you a great service here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. 5 Jefferson County branches for Community First Bank, 2 right there in Mount Vernon, 1 in Dix, and, of course, 1 each in Woodlawn and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking member FDIC as Flota swings at the high heat. It's 0-1. The Rams season is down to its final out. No balls, 1 strike to Flota, bases empty, top 7. 1-0 ball game as Grayslake Central looks to be the victorious Ram here on a Saturday morning. Next one coming. Swung on a miss. It's 0-2 in the Rams season down to its final strike at 10:04. Of course, next game not supposed to start until 12:30. So you get what you get the Rams, baby. Here comes the 0-2. Flota will lift this one foul toward the berm. Unable to tell if that's McClure or Holloway or a combination. As he rolls down the berm, look out. It's a free souvenir, but don't hurt yourself, folks. We'll have a Red Lake College player of the game in our post-game show as well. Red Lake College online at rlc.edu. Tap to second base. This could end the season, and that will. 4-3 will be your final out. The Rams shut out here in Joliet. They lose 1-0, but they'll take home the fourth-place trophy as well as the respective many as Rams baseball has a historic season. 31-10-1 is their final record. We'll tell you all about it. Wrap up the 2013 campaign as the Rams will get their fourth-place trophy and medallion. Here from Joliet, this is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank, asking why you bank with Community First Bank. Is it knowing your deposits are also vital to home loans in Jefferson County and our local economy? Is it having your choice of convenient locations and ATMs? Is it seeing a staff of friendly faces you recognize as your neighbors? These are all reasons enough to count, though you only need one, and we are honored you chose us. Community First Bank, welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
The technology in the 2013 Ford Fusion keeps you connected with the world and with your car. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. Available sync with My Ford Touch allows you to keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road while you play your favorite music. Control the interior climate, make or receive phone calls, and receive turn-by-turn directions. The new suspension system delivers a smooth ride, and for peace of mind, the available intelligent all-wheel drive system gives you traction when you need it most. Already affordable, drive away in a 2013 Ford Fusion for only $20,995 when you finance through Ford Motor Credit. Come see one of our associates at Ford Square, Mount Vernon, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, or see our entire inventory online at fordsquare.com.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
When you hear the warm, inviting sound of a crackling fire, what comes to mind? A rustic campground? A cozy cabin? How about the new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center? Our new family lounges feature a lot of comforts you might not expect. Things like this. No, that's not a babbling brook or serene stream out in the countryside. It's a 2-story waterfall located right here at Good Samaritan. And that's not the only way we're raising the bar for patient comfort. We've added lush healing gardens, as well as wall after wall of beautiful artwork, all designed to create the perfect healing atmosphere. And if all this sounds like music to your ears, we encourage you to check us out. Chances are, we're not too far from where you are right now.
The new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Want a good laugh? Watch those funny insurance ads on TV. You know, the ones the other guys spend billions of dollars on each year. Want seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance? Come to the Bean Insurance Agency here in Mount Vernon, an independent Erie insurance agent. You'll get a great price that saves you money, unbelievable service, and advice from people you can trust. So talk to us at the Bean Insurance Agency today. Call 618-242-6017. That's 618-242-6017. Or go to beaninsurance.net. We can help you get where you need to be, where you should be, quickly and easily. Go ahead, laugh at those cave people, stunt guys, and bubbly cashiers. Then see for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie, year after year after year.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. A good deal of sunshine today. Very nice with a high of 80. And then tonight, mostly clear, low 58 to 62. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Seasonably warm, but watch for a strong afternoon thunderstorm. A high temperature of 82. Now look for Monday, clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm around with a high temperature, again, 82. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back to Silver Cross Field in Joliet. Chris Hugo with Danny Jaworski alongside. Mount Vernon Rams season comes to a disappointing close, but not too big of a disappointment when you take home a fourth-place trophy in the state of Illinois. 1-0 is your final. The game took an hour and 2 minutes. That's unprecedented. Schmidt Chevrolet, of course, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Online at SchmidtChevrolet.com where you can browse their inventory. The Rams will receive their fourth-place trophy in just a moment. Danny Jaworski, a great season for Rams baseball, though.
It has been a ride. And this particular group, we said it over and over again, probably say it again next week on the Saturday Sports Show, but this group has been fun to be around, fun to watch. They have gotten better all year. They've had their downs. We've had games where we shook our heads, and we've had games where we said, yeah, you can see what's coming out of this group. And it hurts now because to them, they lost their last two games, and it hurts in that case, but you cannot take anything away from this group. What a great season. You just have to congratulate Tim Holloway, coaching staff, and the Mount Vernon Rams on an outstanding season.
Great season indeed. Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon, or find their selection online at SchmidtChevrolet.com. We need to peruse our Harlan County postgame numbers.
Well, it didn't take very long. The two games Mount Vernon played at State lasted a total of 2 hours and 11 minutes. Today's game was an hour and 4 minutes, as Mount Vernon had no runs, 4 hits, left 2 people on base. They didn't have an error in the ball game as well. Grayslake Central had 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base as well, and the winning pitcher, Kevin Pelosi, goes the distance. Tyler Ellis only gave up 2 hits in the loss, as this game took an hour and 4 minutes as the Mount Vernon Rams finished in 4th place in Class 3A baseball, the record of 31-10-1, as they lose today in the 3rd place game, a.k.a. the Public School State Championship of Class 3A, by a final score of 1-0. Those are Atlantic County post-game stats. We'll tell you more about them in just a minute. We'll tell Avery Barton to give us 3 extra minutes on our break. That's 3 extra minutes. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
Just how big of a Saluki fan are you?
People's National Bank is challenging your fanhood. Show your Saluki colors by opening a Southern Illinois University Saluki free checking account exclusively at People's National Bank. It only takes $100 to open. Your first box of Saluki checks is free, and Visa check card, online banking, and bill pay are free also. Stop by People's National Bank today to find out more. People's National Bank, official home of Saluki checking. Member FDIC, non-usage fees may apply.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Don't just dream about a better job, go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Rend Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Rend Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Illinois develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. A good deal of sunshine today. Very nice with a high of 80. And then tonight, mostly clear, low 58 to 62. Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Seasonably warm, but watch for a strong afternoon thunderstorm. A high temperature of 82. They'll look for Monday, clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm around with a high temperature, again, 82. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
Well, it was a heck of a run by Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Record-setting year with 31 wins, 10 losses, and just one tie. And they're in 4th place here in Class 3A. Chris Hugo with Danny Zawinski alongside to wrap up your Schmitz Chevrolet postgame show, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Online at SchmitzChevrolet.com. It's pretty clairvoyant who our Rend Lake College player of the game happens to be, and that's Mount Vernon Rams in 2013, 4th place.
Yep, and that's the team that will bring back and have a trophy and have a lot of memories for years to come.
No kidding. And what a memory it has been. We thank you for tuning in all season long, whether it's been video or audio at WMIXsports.com, whether it's been WMIX AM and FM. On behalf of all of our sponsors, including Community First Bank of the Heartland, as well as everyone else who has supported us all year long, for Bloody Rams Volleyball, Rams Football, Rams Basketball, Lady Rams Basketball, Rams Baseball, Lady Rams Softball, the Jefferson County Basketball Showcase. We appreciate you for tuning in. And thank you so much to these kids and coaches and everybody from the listening area who has supported WMIX Sports this season. Our next broadcast will be Friday, August the 30th. At least our next Rams broadcast, Rams Football, travels to Rochester. We'll take care of that, of course, a little bit later. We need to escape the air. That was your Rend Lake College Player of the Game, 2013 Mount Vernon Rams. We're going to try to get video of this trophy presentation. On behalf of WMIX Sports, I'm Chris Schuker, reminding you of the final score of the 2013 season. Grayslake Central 1, the Mount Vernon Rams 0. For Danny Zawinski, for Avery Bart, for everyone. So long from Joliet.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and online at WMIXsports.com. Rams Baseball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music. WMIX. Find archived broadcasts of Rams baseball at WMIXsports.com.